All right, let's talk about real estate. For so many people, it feels like this big, untouchable thing. But what if I told you the path from renter to real estate investor is actually a clear step-by-step playbook? Well, today, we are opening that playbook to Chapter 1. We're going to walk through the first 3 levels that can literally change your financial life. Let's get into it.
Just think about that for a second. Every single building you've ever been in, your apartment, that coffee shop on the corner, your office, somebody owns it. And that building, that asset, is quietly making them wealthier every single day. This isn't some secret club. It's happening right out in the open.
So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the big idea, the wealth hiding in the walls all around us. Then we'll dive into 3 distinct levels. First, the clever trick of house hacking, then graduating to your first landlord experience, and finally, leveling up to the rental game. We'll wrap it all up with your first 3 steps. Sound good?
You know, when most people hear real estate investing, they picture, flipping mansions or building skyscrapers. But the reality? It's so much more accessible than you think. You don't need to be a millionaire to start. In fact, for most people, the whole journey begins with one simple move, one that feels almost like an accident. Yeah, seriously, it's not about some 50-page business plan or a huge pile of cash. It's about a tiny shift in your thinking, a shift that turns what is likely your biggest monthly expense into your very first asset. And that one move is what kicks this whole wealth machine into gear, which, you guessed it, brings us right to level 1.
Okay, this right here, this is the ultimate game changer for beginners. It's called house hacking, and it's brilliant. It takes the single biggest check you write every month, your rent or mortgage, and it flips the whole script, turning that expense into your first real income-producing investment.
So, what does this actually look like in the real world? Well, the classic example is buying a duplex. You live in one unit and you rent out the other. Now, you might be thinking, I can't afford a duplex. But here's the key. Because you're living in it, you can often use an owner-occupant loan, like an FHA loan, and get into a property for as little as 3.5% down. Then, the rent you get from your neighbor, that starts paying down your mortgage.
This is the crucial mindset shift. I mean, look at this. As a renter, your housing is just a giant expense. You're paying your landlord's mortgage. But as a house hacker, bam! Housing is now your first investment. Your tenants are literally paying your mortgage, building your net worth month after month.
And this is the magic trick at the end of it all. When your tenant's rent covers your entire mortgage payment, or even just most of it, you've pretty much eliminated your biggest bill. You've engineered a way to live for free, all while owning an asset that's going up in value. This is the foundation. This is where it all starts.
So you did it. You've been house hacking for a year or 2. You're basically living for free. So what's the next logical step on this ladder? Well, it's pretty simple. You move out. You rent out the unit you were living in. And just like that, you've leveled up. You're officially a landlord, and you start making money in your sleep.
I mean, that quote just says it all, right? Picture it. You wake up, you check your bank app, and boom, 2 rent deposits are sitting there. You literally made money while you were dreaming. You've officially gone from saving money on your own housing to making money from someone else's. Your property is now an employee that works for you 24/7. And the secret weapon that makes this all possible is a little concept called leverage. It just means you use the bank's money, a mortgage, to buy this income-producing machine. And now your tenants are the ones paying that loan back for you, while the property's value just keeps on growing. It's no longer just you trading your time for money, you now have an asset that is working for you.
Okay, by now, you've got a taste of that sweet, sweet rental income. Your property's chugging along, bringing in consistent cash flow. But what if we could do better? What if we could squeeze way more juice out of this orange? Level 3 isn't about buying another property. It's about taking the one you already have and making it work a whole lot smarter.
No, seriously, what if you could double or even triple the monthly income from your property without doing some massive expensive renovation? Well, you can. Welcome to the world of short-term rentals. Think Airbnb. In cities with high demand, this is completely changing the rental game. Just look at this chart. The numbers speak for themselves. That duplex unit that might bring in a solid $2,000 a month with a normal long-term tenant, well, that exact same property furnished and listed on Airbnb could pull in $5,000 or more. And this isn't just a guess. This is based on real data from companies like AirDNA that track this stuff.
Now let's be real, okay? There's a trade-off. This isn't as passive as having a 1-year lease. There's definitely more hands-on work. You're coordinating cleaners, handling check-ins, answering messages at 10 p.m. about where the extra towels are. But for a shot at doubling or tripling your income, yeah, for most people, that payoff is absolutely worth it. So, we've walked through the first 3 levels of the real estate wealth playbook. We've gone from living for free to earning passive income to supercharging that income. So let's boil it all down into a super simple 3-step launch sequence. And here it is, your roadmap. Step 1, house hack. Turn that huge housing bill into your very first investment and live for free. Step 2, become a landlord. Move out, rent the whole place, and start generating passive income. And step 3, optimize. Go the short-term rental route to absolutely maximize your cash flow. It's a powerful, proven, step-by-step path.
And that leaves us with one final simple question. After everything we've talked about, how are you going to look at the place you live? Is it going to continue to be your biggest monthly expense? Or are you ready to make it your first and most powerful investment? The choice is yours.